Hey everybody, welcome back to Oasis, a place where the restless can find total and complete rest in the gospel of grace, Jesus Christ. Let's talk about exaggeration. Maybe you or someone you know used phrases like this before. I'm so hungry, I can eat a horse. Or how about this one? I'm so busy, I have 1,000,001 things to do today. Here's one for the online shopper. If I don't get that, I'm going to die. And to all the adrenaline junkies out there who love speed, wow, look at that car. That was going faster than the speed of light. Now, my wife and I, we disagree on a few things, like most couples do. But there's one thing that we both agree with. Our daughter is the queen of exaggeration. Does that make that statement a statement of exaggeration? I'm not sure. When me and my wife are watching a TV show, she'll walk in the room and she'll say something like this: I never, ever get to watch what I want to watch on TV. We have a dog, and when it's Nasea's turn to let the dog out to do its business, she always retorts with this statement: I'm the one who always has to take the dog outside to pee. My favorite is this week. We decided to have potatoes at our dinner meal. And when Nasea seen what was on the table, she kind of huffed and puffed, looked at us and said, potatoes again? We have potatoes at every meal, every day. I'm pretty sure that's not true. I mean, I get it. She's trying to make a point by relaying to us how she feels about something she's not fond of. Exaggeration is artwork. I mean, it's great in creative writing. It's even good when you're communicating. It adds flair and drama and character to a storyline or to some expression you're trying to make. But when it comes to trying to understand the Bible, more specifically what Jesus said, we are confronted sometimes with words that seem extreme and impossible. Now, I need to throw out a disclaimer at this point. I want you to know that I take everything that Jesus said seriously. But here's the caveat, though. Everything that Jesus said is good, but not everything that Jesus said is good for me and good for you. Now let me illustrate that for you for a second. The whole world needs to hear about a global food shortage because it affects us all. But the world doesn't need to hear about a new high score that I achieved on a video game. It's irrelevant. Here's something that I've discovered when studying the Bible and understanding it clearly, is that we don't need to exaggerate what is a reality, meaning what is true. If you haven't heard already, this character Jesus, he said some crazy and insane things that left many people confused, forlorn, and even shaken in their boots. And even today, it probably leaves some believers feeling insecure, confused, and even shocked. He said some crazy graphic things like cutting off limbs, gouging out eyes, being perfect as his Father in heaven is perfect. I mean, that is extreme. The profound truth in all of this is this: Jesus wasn't exaggerating when he said those things. I mean, he actually meant them. But the question that you and I need to ask is this: who is he speaking to? It makes a world of difference when we try to understand what Jesus is saying. What you hear in the words of Jesus really reflects what's in the heart. See, if we make our case based on our own self-righteousness, our own works, our own law-abiding effort, then all we're going to hear is law on steroids. However, if you know you're not perfect, you need to hear, and you will hear, Jesus' words of grace. Either way, there's only two realities. Number one, either you must be perfect. In other words, you are to keep the law in totality. Or number two, you must be represented by one who is perfect, and that's Christ. So is Jesus exaggerating when he goes off talking about cutting off limbs, gouging out eyes, and being perfect? I mean, what's really going on with these absurd words that seem to be a little extreme, a little exaggerated? Here's the bottom line. Jesus meant what he said because he wanted people, self-righteous people, works-related people, law-focused people, to see the futility of trying to impress God with their acts of self-righteousness. I mean, Jesus is pretty keen. He gave the impossible law to the one who depended on works for salvation. Check out some of these words. James chapter 2 verse 10 says this, "For whoever keeps the whole law yet stumbles at just one point is guilty of breaking them all." In Galatians chapter 3 verse 10, it says this, "For all who rely on the works of the law are under a curse. As it is written, cursed is everyone who does not continue to do everything written in the book of the law." Man, that sounds like death. But here's the good news. Jesus gives grace to the one declaring their need for him, his salvation. Allow me to get personal with you just for a quick second. Wherever you are on life's path, I want you to know this. No matter if you're denying him or trying to earn his favor based on works, based on your good behavior, or whether you're declaring him as one you need in your life, Jesus has life-saving words for you today and every day. Think about that. Have a fantastic week. We'll see you again soon. Bye for now.